Testing. 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 Shabbat Shalom. Okay, let me check the sound. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Oh, that works. We will be making several changes in our services tonight. We're going to be trying some new thoughts. So we will be doing tomorrow's service tonight. There you go. And so President Faith will start with announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome, everybody. Congratulations, Gail. It's finally here. Just a few things. Rabbi's Beetle Bash last Sunday was really amazing. If you weren't
Thank you. But as the Beatles said, yesterday.
Really. If you weren't there, you missed a great show. Thank you, Rabbi, for all your hard work putting it together. Sisterhood Brunch and Bingo is on June 16th at 11:30. Tickets are $18. On June 24th, Brotherhood is sponsoring a very important program with Ronnie Heen from the City of Port St. Lucie Department of Emergency Management, who will speak about hurricane preparedness. We're going to have a music bingo on August 1st, and our newly formed bereavement group will be meeting this Tuesday at 2 o'clock following the Sisterhood Bingo and Brunch. And tonight, when you leave the sanctuary, go that way, and you will get wine and challah or juice as you go into the social hall. We're starting a new procedure. Shabbat Shalom.
And just to give you something to think about, because one of the things we've been trying to instill is a sense that this place becomes something different, but it becomes something different by choice, not by design. Meaning, the rest of the week, this is just a big building with pretty cool windows behind me. But the idea is to come in here and begin to get ready for a skill set that's really hard to learn and or master, the idea of study. So, and focus and prayer. And so I wanted to read you just a couple of quotes of things that might help you next week. And I will also suggest that every couple of weeks now, if you take a look at the screen, you'll see that little red box with an explanator of the word emet, which means truth. But every now and again, every few weeks, we'll be changing what's in that box to either another quote or a little factoid or some such thing. But tonight, just wanted to read a couple of thoughts. This one comes from Albert Einstein, who simply said, "Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving." A thought. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you've got to keep moving. Extraordinary thought. this one I liked in particular, and it will feed directly into this weekend's Torah portion. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. And then this other one, well, two. One was a sign hanging in Einstein's office, which I had to think about a whole bunch of times. Imagination is more important than knowledge. And Einstein came up with the quote that some of you have heard before: we can't solve problems by using the same thinking we used when we created them. Something to think about. Okay. And I will give you two very quick ones. Pessimism is a luxury that a Jew can never allow himself. And then, Golda Meir, speaking to a visiting diplomat. Sorry, I know what's coming, so said to a visiting diplomat, "Don't be so humble. You're not that great." Do it, Grandma Goldie. And finally, for tonight, a wise man hears one word and understands two. Pick the one you liked or didn't, and go from there. But instead of us just gabbing about social whatever stuff, we need to start thinking about things inside of these walls. Why are we here? What does it do for us? What do we hope it will do for us? And what do we have to do to help it get there? Just a thought. And now, from all of those thoughts that you were just given, the Temple Bethel Israel Orchestra will help us come to a moment of just thinking about some of these things. What is it that we are here for? How do we approach that? And having said that, I'd like to call the orchestra up. That's it. I'll go with mighty. But yes. Is that the right key? Thank you. That's one. Lecha Dodi, Likrat kala B'nai Shabbat. Nikabla, Lecha Dodi. Likrat kala B'nai Shabbat. Nikabla, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom Umevorah. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom Umevorah. Lecha Dodi, Likrat kala B'nai Shabbat. Nikabla. Dai, 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 yai, dai, da, dai, yai, dai, da, dai, da, dai, da, dai, yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, da, dai, yai, dai, da, dai, da, dai, da, dai. Yai dai dai dai, yai dai da dai, yai dai da dai da dai da dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai da dai, yai dai da dai, ya da dai, yai dai dai dai. Yai dai da dai, yai dai da dai da dai da dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai da dai, yai dai da dai da dai da dai, ya da dai da da. As we begin this Shabbat, we have an amazing event about to happen. We have an adult. Well, we have a couple, but we have one who's made a conscious decision to reassert herself with the Jewish community and to become something she has never been able to do before, for any number of reasons. She grew up in a conservadox community which simply didn't allow young women to become bat mitzvah. And some fought it and some said, one day, and gave themselves a focus into the future to step up and say, yeah, I did. And I am. And so this whole weekend is going to be a weekend, okay, I'm going to be good. I was going to say, of what does it cost? But I'm not going to do that, but to light Shabbat candles and to offer a moment of remembrance that is also something new beginning tonight. She'll be lighting a candle for the death at Dachau. Gail? And now with the lighting of the Shabbat candles, Shomor to guard and Zachor to remember takes on dramatically new importance.
As we Shabbat candles give light to all those who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who are true to light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who came to light.
Shomor to guard, Zachor to remember. Amen. Lecha Dodi, Lekrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabla, Lecha Dodi, Lekrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabla, Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Yishme'enu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, U'shmo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'letilah. Lecha Dodi, Lekrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabla, Lekrat Shabbat, Lechu b'melcha, Yihir Mekor HaBeracha, Merosh Mikedem Nisucha, Sof Maaseh b'machshava techila, Lecha Dodi, Lekrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabla, Hitorari, Kiva orech dumiori, Uri, Shirdabeiri, Kivot Adonai Elisnigla, Lecha Dodi, Lekrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabla, Lecha Dodi, Lekrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabla, Oi v'shalom, Ateret ba'ala, Gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, Toch emunei am sigula, Boi chala, Lecha Dodi, Lekrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabla, Lecha Dodi, Lekrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabla. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבך, בעלמא דברך חידותי וימלך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה. לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחה בנחמתה גם אירן בעלמא במהרו. We read together, blessed Baruch Hu et Adonai Amivorach. Baruch Adonai Amivorach Le'olam. Baruch Hu et Adonai Amivorach. Baruch Hu et Adonai Amivorach. Baruch Adonai Amivorach le'olam ba'ed. Baruch Adonai Amivorach le'olam ba'ed. Baruch Hu et Adonai Amivorach. Baruch Hu et Adonai Amivorach. Baruch Adonai Amivorach le'olam ba'ed. Baruch Adonai Amivorach le'olam ba'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim b'chochma poteh sha'arim u'vitvuna mishaneh itim u'machalif et hazmanim u'msader et hakochavim b'mishmeroteihem barakia kirtzono borei yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה. אדוני צבאות שמו, Erochai v'kayam, tamid yamloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv haravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, the Ever of evening. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני Adonai Elohechem. Part of prayer, we are taught, is the majesty of magic, and that we don't always understand every word that we speak. And I was taught in the seminary that that's okay, that there's a magic in the mystery. And in all of my years, we have read Hebrew, we've read English, we've read all sorts of things. I have never found a prayer that was as responded to as the one we're about to read, which is a translation, not literal, of the V'ahavta. In the last year since it was brought in right around Rosh Hashanah a year ago, people remember it. People have said, why don't we do it more? Really? And so it's here. And now hopefully it will be, the font will be big enough so you can see it. But as usual, the yellow spots, the yellow is for you to respond. If you can't see it, blame it on the typist. Oh, I can't do that, it was me. You shall love the ones who are close with all your heart, with all your spirit, and with all your strength. Remember these words. Inscribe them on your heart. Love them when they struggle. When they sadden and disappoint you, love them when they fail. Love them when they give you joy, and love them when they don't. When you lie down, let go of anger. When you rise up at dawn, begin again. Open to them the gates of your heart, the doorway to your soul, and let them know you. So shall the ones you cherish feel your love, your presence, and your care. Inscribe the words of welcome at your gates and ports of entry. For we have been strangers in every corner of the world. It is for us to protect those still on their journey. Standing on the parted shores. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושי פלא, נורא תהילות עושי פלא. מלכותך ראו בניך, חוקי הים לפני משה ומרים. זה אלי, ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וקלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. השיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפל. Let's just take 15 seconds of silence before we go into the Amidah, the standing prayer, the Shemona Esrei, the 18 benedictions, where tradition says we stand before the open ark, as the Jews did the Israelites at the time, before Moses. Base of the mountain, and to open up our eyes, our hearts, and our souls to an open ark. We call on Maxine Kaddish and Beth Glassberg. Adonai zippetai tiftach ufi agidi latecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imoteinu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hadorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zochech Chastei Avot V'Imahot, May be gula livnei v'neihem l'ma'an shemo be'ahava melech ozer u'moshiach u'magen Baruch atah Adonai magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah atah gibor le'olam Adonai Mechayei hakol ata rav lehoshia מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, תומך נופלים ברופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו משני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומדור מלך, מלך תמיד ומחייך ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני לחיי הכל. אתה קדוש בשמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. You are holy. Your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. We continue in silence. אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום, כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael. Shalom Rav. Spend a moment praying for refuah shlema, the complete and total healing for our members on all the Allwood, Anthony Bartolomeo, Len Berkman, Elizabeth Cooper, Lori Cooper, Sue Schlein, Carol Siegel, Craig Silberman, Chuck Waldron. And we offer prayers to these family and friends of TBEI, Joanne Allen, Alexandra Barney, Pauline Burton, Dorit Chomer, Amy Connolly, Perla Franklin, John Gibula, Ashley McGregor, Kathy Novak, Larissa Vignola, Ruth Weintraub, Chrisanne Weiss, Yitzchak Ben Beryl, Beverly Ziv. And if we have any other names, to go all Kanfei Hansharim to the heavens above, please rise and share them. Shebeirach Avotenu Mikor Habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Yishebeirach Imotenu Mikor Habracha Avotenu. Bless those is in need of healing with refuah shalema. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, And in keeping with the idea of some new things in a service, I will attempt to actually really be brief but short. Don't expect it. But not much to add. Today's Torah portion, it's an odd one, but it posits a really extraordinary question. Not one that one would think of. What? Ma, emet, and if we go back to the original screen, you'll remember the word emet or truth is made up of the first, absolute, middle, and last letter of the Hebrew alphabet. So, many things said about why that is the case, but the fact is that there are truth in words. But whose truth? Whose truth is the truth, or is it a truth? This week's portion is a fascinating challenge. Moses says, you know who promised us a land of our own. And yet, God also says, hey, don't you worry, when you get there, I'll go in first and clear the land for you. And yet, Moses, still pretty close to Mount Sinai, is verbally attacked by the people who go, what are you talking about? How do you know? You weren't there yet. You didn't go on vacation there. You went to Cabo. What are you talking about? And Moses says, okay, I got an idea. Let's send out 12 spies. Let them cover the land. And let them come back and we'll see what they have to say. You don't have to believe me or God. Okay, that quiets the people down for a little bit. No problem. And they go, and they scour and scout the land, and they come back, and the first 10 go, you got to be out of your mind. They are giants. They make us look like little teeny hobbits. They are huge. They have huge weapons. And if we go into the land, we surely will die. The people immediately lost their minds. Let's go back. Let's hurry and go back. Yeah, we know what God said, but yeah, whatever. That was last week. There's a new truth this week. Those 10 guys didn't walk back, they ran back. They're scared. They've said, this is a bigger fight than we thought. We thought God was going to walk in and go poof and all good. But there were 2 others. And And they came walking back with a stick on each of their shoulders. And hanging from the stick were vines of grapes the size of grapefruit. Huge grapes. And they said, I don't know what the other guy's talking about. Yeah, they're big, but they're wusses. We can take them. We got God on our side. What are you all whining about? What are you whinnying about? Just shut up and prepare. What's the truth? Which is the truth? The majority that says, here's how it is, or the minority who says, why don't you take a look and decide for yourself? Why don't you have some belief in yourself that you can conquer, that you can succeed, that you can make it work? 10:2. Moses decides to move forward. And if I can find it while I'm thinking about it, all those comments from Albert Einstein, one of them was really quite extraordinary, which was, any intelligent fool can make things bigger and more complex. Takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. Start to think about that one again. And it says, a Yiddish proverb, what you don't see with your eyes, don't invent with your mouth. And so you got the spy vote 10-2. And Moses says, forward. And the people go, nope, we're going with the 10 cowards. And the answer to one of the great questions of Jewish theology was just answered for you. How come, after all that schlepping, we didn't get to go into the promised land? Because if you come to our Tuesday or Thursday morning Torah study or adult ed classes, you will be ahead of the group, knowing that, in fact, it didn't take us 40 years to get to the edge of the promised land. It took 3, which also was a ridiculous amount of time, but our feet were bothering us. 3 years. And when we got there, God said, wait a minute. Aren't you the people who said, no point in going in there, we're just going to get crushed by the giants? And I told you I'm going in first. Didn't I tell you to walk into the sea of reeds, and you all cowered and ran back? And it was Nachshon ben Aminadab who said, God said it, I'm in. And we were saved because of a nameless, faceless Nachshon ben Aminadab who walked in. It was not Moses. It was not the big Geschreier. It was the small, lone voice. Which is your truth? What the majority claim, or what the minority knows? And what you in your heart, not with all the yelling and screaming, but you in your heart know to be kind and to be right and to be the answer to the question that at some point in our futures, God will ask you, did you follow the loudest? Or did you follow the logic that says, yeah, look at that. Them some pretty big grapes. We could survive on those grapes. That's the question of the day. Ma emet. What is your truth when you're not lying to yourself? As we continue the service, we open the ark for the Aleinu and we call on Judy and Ving Kamsler. And just a reminder, at the end of the service, we will have done the Kiddush and Motzi. You are required by Talmud to fulfill the action for the blessings you have uttered. Therefore, you must do Kiddush and Motzi. You must have wine and challah, and beginning tonight, you will go through these doors over here, and the Kiddush and the wine and challah are right there, so that you will have fulfilled the blessing you have spoken. To not do it according to Talmud is known as a baracha levatala. You all pretty much know what a baracha is. It's a blessing. But a levatala, that's a whole new game. A baracha levatala is a wasted blessing. It's a fraudulent blessing because you made a blessing and you didn't fulfill the requirement that it asks for. So when we are done, please go that way. You can follow me. I'll be over there to wish you all, each and every one of you, a Shabbat Shalom. Please, if you want to converse, I'll be in the social hall in about a day or two, but I'll be in there. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liyotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot, v'lo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu noteh shemayim v'yosed haaretz u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al u'shchinatu zo b'gavei miromim Hu Eloheinu ein od, emet malkeinu epes ulato, kakatuv bitorato, viadata hayom, vashevota elivavecha, ki Adonai hu Elohim, Bashamayim mima'al ve'al haaretz mitachat ein od v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom Yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, u'shemo echad. Thus it has been said, Adonai will be sovereign over all the earth. On that day, Adonai will be one, and God's name will be one. We remain standing as we remember. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shmei Rabbah, Be'alma Divrach Chirutei v'yamlich Malchutei, B'chaye Echona v'yom Echona v'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agalat v'zman Kariv v'miru, Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach L'olam Ulal Mel Maya, Yit Barach v'yishtabach, v'yit Ba'ar v'yit Ramam v'yit Naseh, v'yit Adar v'yit Ale, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran ba'oma v'imru, amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom v'imru Oseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'v'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit. Ki hu yom techila lemekrai kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Ki vanu facharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'v'ratzon in Chalatanu. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Bless our lives, our children and our families. Bless all of those who have lost their way. Bring peace to all who seek a world of beauty. Give blessings, God, to all these today. Amen, amen. May God bless this house with love. Amen, amen. May God bless this house. Amen. Shabbat shalom.